Today we will be cooking neck of lamb with ginger, star anise and Jurupirut. As customers, we focused on what we know best and like best of the animal. So we buy entrecôte or chicken legs or pork loin or rack of lamb. As if all the other parts of the animal are not as tasty or only suitable to make sausages. Well, there's a lot to be said about the other parts of the animal. Take for instance the neck of lamb. As you can see, it has a nice marble structure with layers of fat, and there's also fat coating on the other side of the neck of lamb. This makes it a very juicy and tender piece of meat. It's absolutely inexpensive, it's just not very popular and not easy to find, but very tasty. There's only one disadvantage of the neck of lamb: it needs to cook for at least 6 hours. So better let's start cooking. So what are the ingredients today? Well, obviously the star anise, the ginger and Jurupirut, the three main ingredients of our dish. Some red chili, which will add to the spiciness of the dish, and then of course some crushed coriander seeds, soy sauce, vermouth, use Noi Pra, and always an onion and a bit of garlic. The butter and olive oil are needed to fry the meat. So we begin by adding olive oil to the pan and some butter. Butter always gives the meat a nice color. Even in a stew, that's important. You're bound to see it later on when you serve it. So we start by adding half of the quantity of meat, because we will give enough space to the cubes of meat so that they have plenty of room to fry. If you add all the meat at once to your pan, you will notice that there's no room to fry and it will become very soggy and wet in the pan. That's not what you want. So when we remove our meat, it's still oil and butter and fat, and then it's time to start frying the shallot. Add the garlic and chili peppers, give them a bit of time, the ginger, and then you will see this nice mixture with the coriander seeds becoming really one good basis of your stew. Always fry the spices, that will give them additional flavor. So this is sort of how it should look after a few minutes. Then we can start adding the remaining ingredients, the star anise of course, the vermouth, and then the soy sauce. We use a low salt version of soy sauce, which will give you a good taste, a good flavor, but not the saltiness as with the standard one. Give it a stir, and then you're ready to transfer the meat back to the pan, adding all the nice juices to the stew of course. Make sure that the meat is on the bottom of the pan, nicely spread out, because then you need as less water as possible, which is always good. Don't forget your Jurupirut, your kaffir lime leaves. They give this very special taste to the dish, making sure it's really oriental. So the final thing is to add a bit of water and then heat the liquid, heat the stew, and when it's cooking then simply put a lid on the pan and leave to simmer for 6 hours. Check your stew on a regular basis. We then quickly cooled our stew and left it in the refrigerator overnight, allowing us to remove the fat. In itself it's tasty, but there's quite a bit of fat as you can see, so we removed 3/4 of the fat before heating and serving our lamb. So here we are, the nice dish with the neck of lamb, served with pak soy, steamed pak soy, tossed with sesame oil. We enjoyed it with a glass of Gewürztraminer, a wine from the Alsace region. It's an aromatic wine with a touch of sweetness, which goes really well with the Asian touch of the neck of lamb. Please visit our website for this recipe and many more: www.cookanddrinkwithus.org.